I'm at Marys River Natural Area in Corvallis. Been here twice before, and something I mentioned both of those times is that somehow in my almost 3 years in Corvallis, I've missed being here in the spring. I've only been here in the winter. So today I decided I should come and check it out because it's early mid-June right now, and this is kind of the height of spring. So I want to see what this park is like in spring. Well, in general, I would say it's very nice. And today's a little bit hot, a little bit humid, but it's really only 2 adjustments away from being basically the most perfect spring day. And it hasn't gotten so hot that the grass has yellowed out. And as you can see along this water course, that is some very lush growth. We're still close to a water table even in summer, so you can see that the plant growth here is more marshy than anything. Also, as you can see along this path, there's nobody coming. I haven't passed anybody. And in the parking lot there was 1 car, but in general you can see it's a lot of open room and solitude here. And this is on a really nice day in June on a Saturday. So, you know, that kind of shows that even under optimum conditions or such, that this park is a pretty good place to come and be solitary. And as you can see here, the growth of what are mostly roses is so lush that it's encroaching on the boardwalk. And I can imagine without regular maintenance, this would turn into just a very overgrown area. I'm walking along the boardwalk, and rather than lock up my bike, I actually just brought it with me, so I'm walking it along. And boardwalk really wasn't designed for that, but it's okay. So here's the end of the trail, and since I do have my bicycle with me, I'm just going to turn around here, just a little stroll along the boardwalk and path. And so far today, this is kind of interesting. I haven't really seen a lot. I've seen a lot of plants, and I've seen a couple of bees and maybe something in the dragonfly or damselfly family buzzing around. Like there's a wasp right there. And of course, you know, there are birds and the like twittering in the background, but for a natural area like this, haven't really seen a lot today. So I guess solitude, not just from people, but not a lot of animals or bugs or birds. So on a personal note, for me, during the first year of the pandemic especially, there's an aspect of, as the quote goes, winter kept us warm. My life was kind of limited. There wasn't a lot going on. There were still a lot of safety precautions. But in that time, I discovered a lot of little things like this park, and it seemed like a big deal. You know, because there was months when I didn't leave Corvallis. And, you know, so that kind of contrasts with this year. I've been very active. I've been from San Jose to San Juan. So now, you know, that the world has gotten big again, little, you know, packets of land like this that would have enchanted me, you know, it's not quite the same relationship. And, you know, I am thinking of moving on and stuff. So I look at this differently, and maybe at another date in the future, I'll come back and I'll discover it again in a different way. So it's interesting, just as it's changed with the seasons, it's also changed with my own perspective of being here. So as mentioned, there is some type of dragonfly or damselfly, Odonante, Eoteria. And I wish I could say more about it, but that is something that we see here because we are close to a lot of swampy water. So important part of the ecosystem, and also really fun and beautiful. And I said that we are close to the water table and that there are dragonflies because we have swampy ground, but as you can see, the water course is dry here. Somewhere in there might either be you know, a high water table, or there might actually still be pools of water. But in June, yeah, we are getting pretty dry as far as standing water goes, but I think there's still a lot of water in the ground, because look at how green everything is. So that was the Marys River Natural Area again, finding out what it's like in spring, and it is nice. And this is a quote I've probably used before many times, the William Blake quote about eternity in an hour. And for me, there's times in my life where I could have gone to a place like that and it would have just been the most immersive experience where I just felt merged with the world around me. And then, as I said, there's a lot of stuff going on and things are changing, and so now when I go here it's nice, but it's not the same. But if you're ever in the neighborhood, come in and walk along that boardwalk, and that boardwalk might be one of the best days of your life. This gravel pit here, this gravel turn-in might be the best day of your life. So it's just, you go out and you look, and you never know what you're going to find. And now that I've run out of trite wisdoms, I'm going home down this road.